Hey, what's up, everybody? Mogi Monster here, and welcome to Why the Fascination, or WTF as I like to call it. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Hope everybody's having a good day. Hope y'all got your corned beef and cabbage, and if you do that, um, I couldn't wait for dinner. So yeah, I don't know if this is coming off as green or yellow, but it's apparently the only what do you call it? T-shirt I own that's green happens to be from some guy in Texas. Never heard of him. Squatching Cowboy. Yeah, their problem is, Joe, is this damn thing is a 3X and I'm not. I'm swimming in this thing. Oh, man, I hope everybody's having a good night. Let me see what the hell noise my phone is making. Oh, dark hour just went on. Nice. Um, so, yeah, same old, same old. It was good having my sisters on the other night. That was pretty cool. I'm glad you guys get to meet them. That was almost a 3-hour show, and that flew by for some reason. So hopefully tonight will go just as well, So I am going to post the link in the chat. I said that last time too. If anybody wants to come on the show, you can click on the link and just follow the directions if you've never done it before. Hey, Pammy, what's up? Neon Moon, how are you? Claude Nall, what's up, buddy? Ida Bustamante, how are you, Ida? I'm still getting used to this setup. I kind of got it set up where I want it, but the camera's a little high. But, well, still cutting off my head. But it's all right. Who else is here? Stevie B. What's up, Stevie? Sandra Piper. What's up, Joe? Western New York Bigfoot Investigation Group. Yeah, it's good to see everybody. As far as my dad goes, he got through it was a surgical biopsy. He got through that okay. We're still waiting to hear, more. So I'm not really going to get into that right now. But he should be home in like 2 or 3 days. So, I'm thrilled about that. It's too damn bright in here. Let me turn this down. I was trying to figure out if because this light changes colors. So I thought maybe one of them might bring out the green more in this shirt, but I can't tell. But yeah, it's too friggin' bright. Hold on. Back to the dark. Gary, how's it going, man? Hey there, Nikki. So yeah, I haven't seen anybody like Derek in here tonight. Figure it's St. Patty's Day. We're bound to get a drunk Irishman on, I'm kidding. Sort of. I don't know if he's Irish, but what's up, Joe?
Hey, man.
How's it going?
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, man, it's going okay. Hey, look, I was the drill set. Oh, you got green on, don't you?
Yeah, man. It's St. Patrick's Day.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
that goes with your shirt, though.
Well, I'm not wearing green, but I'm smoking green, so that counts.
Oh, yeah, man.
So no,
Always.
things have been going okay, man. A little stress, a little stress here lately, working a lot of hours and stuff, but hey, I joined a cannabis club, so there's that. Stress went away.
Oh,
Miraculous.
this is just recent?
Cannabis club, yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
it's,
welcome.
they're opening up. They're opening up all over the place here in New York now. It's
I'll teach you
legal.
I'll teach you the secret handshake later.
So I thought because I was watching Star Wars and the Force Awakens, and I thought the dude said Conja Club, and I thought, oh, those are the guys that were chasing Han Solo in that movie. Oh, okay, but it turns out it's Ganja Club, not Conja Club. It's Ganja Club, so it's pretty cool. There's no beat in; you just have to smoke a little bit to get in the club, And but
Well, that's good, man.
so
The
so things
speed.
are looking up. No stress no more.
I was surprised it had a beat in for the book of month club. Yeah, that surprised me.
Yeah, that would be some. Those
What's
are
up, Mr.
those,
Lee?
those are tough books to read, man. Tough
Yeah.
books to read, you know. But no, I've noticed, I don't know if you've gotten to this point yet, but as as a as I get older, I've noticed that the way that you judge how successful a day was, it gets a little simpler. It gets a little simpler, a little easier. I'll give you an example. Today I came home from work and had to piss like a racehorse, man. So, but anyway, so eventually I go out to the car and I get the stuff that I got out from the car and I bring it in. I got my 12 pack of beer in one hand. I got this big pack of toilet paper in the other because we needed toilet paper. So and I'm heading towards the back room where the fridge is. I'm going to put my beer in the bathrooms right there. So as I'm walking towards it, um, going towards the fridge, I walk through the doorway into the back room, and I chuck the toilet paper towards the bathroom door, right? And out of the corner of my eye, I see this pack of toilet paper. It does a flip in the air as I fling it. It does a flip in midair, and boom, lands standing up right where it's supposed to be. And I went, that's a successful day, man, right there. That is successful. Don't matter what happened earlier today, pissed me off. That's success right there. But I couldn't do that again if I tried a million times, man. I mean, I'd be flinging
Yeah,
that
not
thing.
on the first.
Yeah,
Usually
yeah,
all the because you watch all those bottle flip vids and all those
yeah. I'd
hook
be
vids where they're
knocking
kicking.
pictures.
You know how many tries they do at that shit just to record it? That they did it. Well, no shit. Eventually you are going to do it.
Yeah. But that's a successful day. I
Not
was
you. I'm
done,
not
man. I was
saying in
like, that's
general.
like, I'm good. I'm good, man. I'm good. Landed because, otherwise be knocking pictures off the wall, and
I used
tried
to
to do
judge.
it.
I used to have a friend that we laughed so much. That's how I judge my day. Was like if the at the end of the day, if my face didn't hurt from smiling and laughing, it wasn't a good day.
Yeah. Yeah.
More than likely it was a good day, but it wasn't as good as the day before, where my face was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Lockbeard, what's happening, man? Mr. DeVere? Hey, Wagon, welcome. Let me throw this in here. There we go.
So how you feeling, man? You better now? You getting over your cold there that you had there?
It's almost gone.
Yeah.
It's more annoying right now. It's like it's like the guest that like overstays his welcome. At the house. And come on over, and then 3 days later they're still there.
Yeah, it's like
Um,
me. Yeah.
yeah, it's like you almost got it out the door, but someone's still in the bathroom.
Right.
So yeah, it's clearing up. It's just a sinus thing. I want it to all go away because
Yeah.
I got shit to do that I need my voice for, and my voice isn't like right now. So you know, I got a project on the back burner that's waiting on me because I can't. I can't. I'm not where I need to be.
Right. Gotcha. 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 Yeah.
Hey, Sharon, welcome. Good to see you.
Yeah, all the good ones coming in, man.
Hey, Sharon. Oh, both Sharons. Sorry, Sharon Guy and Sharon. Sharon's over in. Sharon Guy is in Louisiana, but Sharon is in
Oh man.
Belgium.
Yeah, notice we have two Sharons that come in. One that spells it with one R, and the other one spells it with two R's.
Mm-hmm. Worm Norris, how's it going, man? Just reading chat, dude. Sorry.
No, man,
I'm always apologizing too for it, and that's how I do
yeah,
shit. And I
that's
feel like I'm ignoring the
yeah.
guest or something. I'm like, oh, hold on.
We always do that, though. You got to recognize the chat, man. I
Well,
mean,
well, yeah. I
that's
mean,
totally part of the thing, man. I mean, absolutely, absolutely. I get distracted by the chats all the time, man, because it's like, and I send the same way, man. I'm like, oh man, I didn't mean. I was listening to you talking to the
yeah.
guest. I was listening to you, man. I
Sometimes I'm
was
like,
like,
what?
let's
Shit, what did
figure
he
out
just
the
say?
situation. Right. Hey, secretly, sometimes I go back and rewatch parts of it just to see. I'm
Just
like,
to
okay,
remember, just to make sure you got the whole conversation.
yeah,
You're
yeah,
like, did you hear that right?
yeah,
Because I usually don't go back and look at the show.
yeah,
Like I don't review. Every time I'll go back is I'll click it on just to edit like the description or something.
yeah,
So I'll click it on and sure enough, there I am, and I'm like, oh, shut up, and I'm just, I hit the pause button and just do what I have to do, and I don't usually go back and watch unless there's an issue or, where maybe there was an issue from the show before, and then I got to go find it in chat or see what's up, or
yeah.
police a little bit, but that rarely ever happens, which is good. You get bots over by you?
Oh yeah, I get bots every now and then. Yeah,
I don't get them
yeah. I usually,
unless
I'll see
Mr. Lee is that
random.
good.
Yeah. Well, and I have some moderators. Michael Haywood's one of my moderators, and but a lot of times I'll catch them before anybody even sees them. And it's
Yeah, I
I
don't.
don't I don't get that many. I don't
But
get that
now that I bring it up, I'm sure I'm like going to summon them in like
many.
demons.
Yeah,
You
right.
know,
You just you did.
speak
You
of it, and they
just
will come.
you just summoned the Russian bots,
Just fuck
man.
myself.
That's
No,
right. That's right.
I don't know. It's weird. I don't usually get them as far as I know. And no, they would come up on this side because I don't have YouTube up. I just have StreamYard up.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a distraction, man.
Right.
I should have YouTube up so I can moderate. I can also moderate. And I can have control over my channel. But in that aspect of the chat and controlling the chat if I need to or whatever. But
Right.
we never have a problem. I'm like,
Yeah. Not usually.
those guys
Not
can handle it.
usually.
If I saw something go by, I'd be like, somebody want to take care of that? I don't. It's just like I said, it's a distraction. What bothers me is like the height of my camera. Stupid little things like no,
Yeah.
no. This is why because
Yeah.
if I had chat somewhere, like right now, I'm looking at the chat, but I feel like I'm looking totally off the like into another room when I look at myself.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if I had a monitor over here and constantly going back and forth, then I just think that's rude for me anyway. I'd rather be face to face.
Yeah. I have a double monitor. I got one over there too. And it's
Yeah,
on a delay because I'll look over there and I'll be like, oh, it. So
I could
between the
split
two,
screen, but then it's too small, and I need the whole thing to control, like the whole screen of the computer to control the StreamYard.
yeah,
Because you'll have like one box, one. How backstage is. When you do it half screen, I don't even know if I've tried it half screen where I don't even think I could see when someone comes in or like it's weird when it's smaller like that. So yeah, I just don't even bother with YouTube. So you're watching Beast of the Woods earlier. Was it Beast of the Woods or Sawdust Beast? One of them.
mhm.
Uh, those guys had just been last weekend. They were at Land Between the Lakes,
Okay, yeah,
and I was listening to Bama Murdoch, talk about. I don't know if it was the first or second night there because I came in late. I just was eavesdropping. Um, Yeah, they got sleet, snow, and a lot of cold.
Dude, today here it was like,
Excuse me.
oh, summertime.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, here in New
Well,
York,
besides,
man. It was almost, it was like in the mid 60s today.
don't
Sun
get used to it.
shining. We were like, you know what? Yeah. I mean,
Run
as New
outside,
Yorkers,
take off your
yeah,
shirt, get some vitamin D, burn a
yeah,
little, and then go back inside because
yeah.
tomorrow
I
it'll
mean,
be cold.
and I did. I saw people walking around in t-shirts and shorts, and I was like, hell yeah. Well, we'll do that at 50 degrees, but yeah, today
50
was like
degrees. I'm ready to put thermals on here.
it, but it always fools you, man. It always fools you. It's like you can live like I'm 58, man, and I grew up in upstate or Western New York here, and but it still continues to fool you. You'll get them, and you've lived through it, right? But you're like on a day like today, you're like, ah,
But that's when you got to look
spring,
at the calendar and go, ah, shit.
springtime, and I'm like, well, you got the rest of March to go through, and
Yeah, you got ways.
April. Nah, yeah, you live in New York, bro. It ain't gonna warm up until fucking May.
No, it's just starting to warm up finally now. It's hitting the 70s in this town, this part of Arizona.
Yeah,
It's been in the 70s and 80s down in Phoenix for a while.
yeah,
But they're down in the valley, and we're like up
yeah,
in elevation. So, but yeah, it's finally. I think what's today? Thursday. What is it?
yeah,
Thursday?
yeah.
Forget my
I
name.
know, I know.
Awesome. um, I think we're getting rain in a couple days, and you can see the temperature just drop on the forecast. I was like, oh fuck.
Yeah,
I hate cold, man. I'm
no,
just done with it,
yeah.
you know.
I don't. Well, the older I get, the more I dislike the cold. But I mean, I don't mind the winter. Yeah, that's why I love. That's why I'm back in New York. Although I don't know, man. Small part of me, though, man. Small part of me says that if it wasn't for my wife's urging, man, I might still be in Virginia. Um, but I love New York, man. I grew up here, man, and
Oh,
you
it's
know,
beautiful country, man. I mean, I've
I'm
been
a
up
little
a few.
older now, and the winters really do suck. But the winters are nothing. Look, we moved back up here, going on 6 years ago, and I'm telling you, man, the winters here, they're not like I remember from when I was a kid, man.
They're getting milder
They are getting milder. They've
as far as
changed.
as far as snow
Yeah,
and stuff. But when you get cold, I don't. Just
yeah.
and you're up in that cold belt up there. I mean,
Well, the coldest I've ever seen it here was 20 below,
yeah.
but
And what was the wind?
that's
What was the?
rare. That's rare though.
Was that with or without wind chill?
Well, I've seen it without the wind chill, 20 below, but that's very rare. I mean, it has gotten like, you know, I remember one time my wife and I were standing outside a local pub here around the corner and standing outside smoking a cigarette, and it was like it said the sign on the bank, which was right there, said -19. And it was like, she's like, does it always? And this was like when we first moved back here. And she was like, does it always get this fucking cold here? And I'm like, I wanted to go, uh-huh. But I'm like, no, not this cold. But I'm like, you're the one who wanted to move back. You wanted to move up here.
I remember when I moved to Wisconsin. We moved up in. I want to say we went up in June. Could be wrong. It was during the summer, late summer. That's what it was, and it was nice. I was like, "Oh, this is great." Fishing. It's warm. It's nice. And then, like 3-4 weeks later, I was like, "Oh shit! What did I get myself into?"
Yeah.
That was just some brutal temperatures. I had never experienced anything like that. Well, actually, I did in New Hampshire. I've
Yeah.
experienced that
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah. Them northern climes, man. I'll tell you one place. I don't know if it was just, because it's out there. Oh God, it was so long ago. It was like when I was in my 20s. And I had a sister. Well, she was a half sister. We had different dads, same mom, different dads. She like ran away from home before I was even born, right? So I'd never even met this woman. And like in my 20s, sometime I found out where she was at through, I don't know, some other family members or something told me where she was at. And so I actually hitchhiked to Oregon where she was at in Astoria just to meet her, for the first time ever in my life, right? And I remember going along the coast of Oregon. It was cold as shit. It was wintertime, man. It was cold as shit there. And I was like, holy crap, dude. This this is cold, man. And the wind coming off the ocean. And just to let everybody know, the whole time I was in Oregon, no, at that time I did not see any Bigfoots. But I was looking for them.
How long ago was that?
Oh God, that had to have been, what am I, 58 now? I might have been 21,
Oh
22
wow.
then. Yeah, something
So
like
I
that.
mean, this gonna sound weird, but why did you make a point to say that she was your half sister? I do the same thing.
Oh, I don't know. Well, with
I don't
her,
know why.
it's because I never met her. I mean, she has other sisters. My sister Jill, which lives up here. She's
No, I mean like I'm kind of like instead of just saying, "Oh, my sister," I say, "Oh, I have two sisters and two half sisters."
yeah.
I
Oh,
don't know
I
why.
don't know. I don't know. I don't. I never. I don't know why I mentioned it this time. To tell you the truth,
It's
because
just I was just curious about
I've
that. I was like,
yeah, because well, my sister Jill, my sister Linda, and my sister Dilly, they were half sisters. They had a different dad than me.
hmm.
They all had that same dad. Um, but I never, my whole life growing up, I never referred to them as half sisters. Like even now, my sister Jill, I say she's my sister Jill. I never refer to her as my half sister.
Yeah.
Same way with my brother Robert. I had a brother Robert. He's passed away now, but he was like in between. Yeah, he was a love child. Yeah, he
Yeah.
was in between my dad and my other sister's dad. So somewhere in between, my mom got pregnant, some Italian guy, and my brother Robert popped out, and so, and he so, but I never referred to him or even thought of him as my half brother. Of course, growing up, I never knew any of that, so
Sure.
I always just thought he was my brother. Why he looked a little bit different because he didn't have none of my dad's looks. Right, he had some of my mom's looks, but none of my dad's. That stuff never occurred to me. Why does he look so different from the rest of us? My other brothers, like, yeah. So we had 8 kids in my family, man.
Oh wow.
So yeah,
Yeah,
between
there
between
was
her
8 kids in my
marriages.
dad's family. They
So there
and
was
I think some of those kids had 8 kids or
yeah,
big families,
yeah,
and of course they're in upstate New York.
yeah, yeah. Well, the funny thing is, my wife, man, she was like, when we got up here, we moved up here back. I'd say back up here. She's never lived here other than till now, but when I moved back up here with her, um, she was like, "Wow, you can't swing a dead cat around here without hitting a Snyder." And I'm like, "Yeah."
You know what's
I'm
fucked up
like,
is I use that
most of
expression
them
today.
are probably related to me, in some fashion. They're related to me.
I use that expression today. You can't swing a dead cat without hitting something. I forget what it was, but
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, can't swing a dead cat. I don't know where that saying comes from, but
Happy St. Patrick's Day, Nikki.
there
Happy
she is.
day. How is
How are you?
everybody?
Good.
Good.
I'm good. I'm good. I am. Except my green shirt with the green screen. It looked like I had
Just
no
a head.
shirt. I was just a floating head. I had to put a jacket on. I was like, oh crap.
Oh,
What's
that
going
Nikki
on?
the
Give me that.
floating head.
Let's try something.
Wait,
See
what's your shirt say there, Nikki? Row, row, row your
Row your
and
boat.
and he
And
can't
then it
row,
goes,
right?
and then it
Oh,
goes,
right,
all
right.
right.
All right.
let's see if I'm curious.
I love T Rex, man. His little arms, man. He can't do nothing, man.
Oh
This
man.
this
I mean,
might turn
think
out
about it.
weird.
T Rex couldn't even
I'm
like
just a
talk.
floating head.
Nah, the green. I'd have to have a green screen on here to make it work. Hold on. I tried the
Oh
virtual
yeah, it looks.
background.
You can see it. You can see the fireplace in the background now.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's weird. How do I get rid of this? Oh, very good. Yeah, it made things choppy on my end. I don't know how it looked
Yeah.
there, but it was weird. Oops.
If I take it off, then you'll just see my big giant green screen. Watch.
No, I wish I had a green screen behind me. I have a green
This
screen.
is
I
how
just
I'm
haven't
really
used it.
sitting, everybody. The things
You should
you
see what
don't
I'm
see.
sitting in.
The things you don't see.
Yeah, I thought about getting a green screen, but and although you can't see all of it over the screen, but I don't know. I like my Doors posters.
Oh, you can still see through it.
Well, I think if I had a green screen right now, all you would see is my face and my hair. It would be
Yeah,
so
you're
weird.
pretty close.
Everything else would disappear.
Right. Yeah.
You're like
Yeah.
really close.
And I have a green screen. It's within arm's reach too. I just went to Walmart to their fabric department and got a big piece of green fabric. You know,
Yeah, no, that's what I did too. I went to Walmart and I found a $2.47 piece of remnant, and I hung it over my my room divider. And my husband, he bought me a nice green screen one that pulls up, but
Yeah.
it didn't look right. You could still see the corners of my room on each end. So it's sitting over there in the corner. Not
so that's the
being
virtual
used.
background behind you now.
Yeah, that's a porcupine.
She said the porcupine word.
Uh-oh, drink.
Sorry.
Porcupine.
She
Sorry.
said porcupine got drink. That's right.
I'm not drinking a green beer. It's a red beer tonight.
I'm not drinking. Sorry, I'm smoking.
Yeah, I hear you.
Slackmate, how's it going? Tracy Benna, welcome. I know I missed a few.
So I found this stuff talking about the cannabis.
Brandy. Go ahead.
I found this stuff called sour diesel
Mm-hmm.
for the win, man. Yeah,
For the
sour
win.
diesel. Yeah.
My sister's roommate, right? He was my roommate when I was still went before. He was like, "Oh, try this," and it's a vape, pen.
Yeah.
And it's like after I've taken 2 hits, he's like, "That's like 94%, dude." I'm like, "What?"
Oh God.
Wee.
I was like, "Thank you, Lord." Jeff, what's happening?
Hiya, Brandy.
Jeff.
What's he talking about? Masturbating T-Rexes? What?
Oh, dude, yeah, they couldn't even. T-Rex arms too short, man.
I
They
think
couldn't
T-Rex
even.
got laid a lot because their arms are too short to whack off. I'm
Yeah, they
sorry,
couldn't.
I apologize. Happy St. Patty's, everyone.
They couldn't. They couldn't
That's why they're
squeak
so
one
fucking
out.
mean.
They couldn't squeak one out, man, because arms are too short, can't reach. Poor T-Rex.
Yeah, those arms are pretty useless. If indeed that's what they look like.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's what the fossils show, man. So it's like, running around and hey. They might have been a little more useful. Maybe after they got them down, they kind of
Grasshopper.
was able to use them a little bit, but They sure as hell couldn't clap.
Well, they might have been. Yeah, they might have been. They might have reached.
If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. Oh. Oh. Oh.
Oh, my greens beer on here. Oh, look, that's even see-through.
Oh yeah.
What is that?
A
Is that
Dos
a green?
Equis.
Dos Equis?
I
Yeah.
was gonna say it's a green bottle.
Yeah.
I gotta say, I've tried a lot. I've tried a different ones, man. Dos Equis is about my favorite Mexican beer.
Yeah. That's what
I'm
we
not a
usually
big
get.
Corona fan, but Dos Equis was good.
Miss
Well, the
Dill,
thing is,
how's it
you know
going?
what? I used to brew beer, so the one key thing about brewing beer, man, and that's why I don't understand this, and I never drink beer in clear bottles. Never put beer in clear bottles, man.
Why?
Cardinal rule. It's the light. The light will skunk
Destroy
it too
it?
easily.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
That's why they put like
Round bottles always.
that's why they put medications, vitamins, and all that stuff in dark colored bottles. You don't see it in
Oh.
clear bottles.
Mm.
Hang on.
Modelo. I could never get into Modelo. Although, I mean, my best friend drank Modelo.
Hold on.
Uh-oh.
Amy, you got to turn off YouTube or something. You're getting an echo.
Okay, hold on.
And welcome. I've had Modelo, El Presidente, like a lot of the Mexican beers in the past, but
Hey, if you can get through the first 2 or 3, then it don't matter after that.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. That pretty much goes for any beer.
Right? And especially if you're in Mexico and drinking some of their stinky beers, you get a couple of shots of tequila with that, and you really don't care.
No. I mean, 6 years ago, I've been like, right on, let's go.
Yeah, no. I totally
Woohoo, I'm
respect
back.
your time. You did your time.
Yeah. I got a buddy, my buddy Dwayne, man. He was the first guy I met when I moved to Virginia, as a matter of fact. And it was like we've been friends ever since. But he was at a party once and this guy broke out this we had this beer in Virginia. I don't know if anybody's ever heard of Milwaukee's Best, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well, they used to call it Milwaukee's Beast because it's not really
it's harsh.
Yeah. So the beer was cold, but the guy was like, "Hey, you want a beer?" And Dwayne was like, "Yeah, man, I want a beer." And he breaks out this Milwaukee's Beast, man, cheapest beer. Dwayne pops it, glug 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 glug, drinks it down, right? And he's like, drinks it down. He's like, "Ugh." He's like, "This beer sucks. Can I have another?"
Yeah, I need a second opinion.
Yeah. Could I have another?
Got to wash that first one down.
Yeah. Well, the funny thing was about Milwaukee's Best is people used to call it the Beast because it sucked. But then, if you remember, they did commercials after that and tried to play off that. And they were like, "Unleash the Beast. Milwaukee's Best." And I'm like, dude, they called it the Beast because it sucks, dude. Why are you like saying it like it's
but you drank it because it was cheaper than the rest.
Yep. Oh man,
Get a whole suitcase and take that thing home.
And when you're a kid, you're a teenager, and you're underage drinking, you're gonna buy the cheapest beer you can, any way you can.
And if you're 40 and you don't have much in the bank, you're gonna
that
do the
same thing.
That's like me when I was like almost 30. I was broke and stuff, and I'm trying to hang out and get my drink on, and I'm over there having to buy Steel Reserves from the thrifties.
You know what? They will kick your ass.
Steel Reserve?
Yeah.
2 of those, the 211s, yeah, man, those will just knock you on your dick.
Steel Reserve,
well, put it this way. I've been sober now 9 years.
Good for you.
Well, congratulations.
Congratulations.
I've done some drinking in my time.
I can't say I'm sober. I haven't drank in almost 5.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't. I
You know,
say the same thing, man.
Well, I know people that drink. I know people
I'm
that
never
drink,
sober.
and then they can like, for some reason, they just get to the point where they don't drink a lot anymore. I'm
That's
not that person.
yeah.
I
That's how
can't
I
get to
am.
that point.
My body won't let me drink more than a couple of beers anymore. I just get full, like full,
Yeah,
where I
I
just can't
haven't
breathe
tried it.
because
That's me. I
I
chalk it
can't.
up to age, man. I mean, that's
Mm,
okay. I'm drinking now because it's St. Patrick's Day. What the hell?
I get
You know?
sick on non-alcoholic
But,
beer.
Oh, I was gonna ask. Yeah, you
but
don't even like the non-alcohol stuff?
Nope. I was in a pool tournament one time, probably about 2 years ago. Yeah, maybe, I don't know, 2 years ago, and I was drinking St. Pauli Girl non-alcoholic, and I figured, well, there's no, they're like 0 point or 0.05% alcohol by volume or whatever it is.
yeah.
I did like 6 of those, just old
Yeah,
habit, you just keep watering,
keep
even
drinking
though
it
I
in.
knew they were non-alcoholic. Man, at night, I woke up at like 3 in the morning with a screaming headache that was so bad I threw up
Oh
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
because of that shit. So,
Yeah.
yeah, no, I don't even have to pretend to drink.
Uh, you know what? I was
Well, I
not
was
not,
lucky.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I
oh, go
seen somebody post something about Four Locos. I said I was lucky. I quit drinking before they came out with those.
ahead. Right.
Four Locos will do the same thing. But I think Four Locos give you more of a hangover than Steel Reserve. I know it sounds stupid, but
I always looked at it like non-alcoholic beer, decaffeinated coffee. What's the point?
right.
So, yeah. I'll be back. I'll be back.
I used to try to drink with my dad on
You only
Christmas.
get
We would break
decaffeinated
out the
beer.
tequila, but anymore. Well, he doesn't can't drink anymore, but that was back in the days. My best friend came over and she tried to keep up with my dad, and oh my God, she was so sick. Oh my God, it was one of those girlfriend holding the hair up moments for her.
Yeah, I quit drinking just in time. See, when I had quit drinking, I was hitting the moonshine.
Ew. Never did get into that at all.
So I was having some health issues.
No doubt. Well, that's why
Yeah.
I quit drinking. I mean, the health issues. It made me quit drinking. My body was like, nope, you're done.
Exactly.
No, literally. I mean, I couldn't. If
Mhm.
I didn't stop, I wouldn't be here. I'd be dead.
Ain't that you got that right. That's the truth.
So yeah, no, ain't going through that shit again.
Well, I'm doing good. I haven't had a soda pop in almost a week.
Right on. Yeah, it was like 3 days, 2 days, 3 days the other day. Yeah, no, stay away
Yeah.
from that shit. I just yelled at my nephew. He walks in with these Dr. Pepper zeros.
Oh yeah.
First thing I was like, oh, let me get one of those. And I just wanted to read it, and then I made the mistake of tasting it. Um, it has the aspartame in it. Aspartame is not good for you.
Yeah,
Oh
it's a
no, I
huge
don't drink
aftertaste.
anything that has imitation sweeteners. I get very bad stomach cramps if I get any kind of.
Well, I think it was aspartame. I'm pretty sure that people were and still are being affected by it, like their lymphatic system,
Oh
and
yeah. Oh yeah.
their moods, everything, just because of aspartame. And
They used to sell it in that gum. Do you remember that
uh-huh,
gum that they
yeah,
had?
yeah. My ex wife used to drink Diet Mountain Dew, and a lot of it,
Oh, yeah, I had a
and
friend who did
and
that
it
too.
it
She was
messed with her.
addicted to it.
Yeah, yeah.
She would in the morning walk with her bottle like this,
Damn.
because it was just nonstop uh diet Mountain Dew.
Mountain
And
Dew.
she even since she was in charge of the office, she even had was that a Pepsi product or is it a Coke product?
Mountain Dew is Pepsi.
Pepsi, yeah.
Yeah.
She even had the Pepsi guy make like 2 or 3 of those things in the
Oh,
in
just
the
for the
vending
Diet Mountain.
machine just for her Diet Mountain Dew.
Wow. And there's Mr. Lee.
I love Mountain
Keto,
Dew.
keto for life. See, Diet Dew is the best. Yeah, it's killing people. Literally, it's killing people.
I
And I used to, when I quit drinking, and just before COVID, I was eating healthy and you know, I cut out sweets and all this other shit. COVID kicked in, and it was like the switch went off, and I was like, nope, back to comfort food, or I just,
a lot of people did that. I
but
was
why?
doing good too because I was working and walking a lot, and then I had to quit, and boom, bad for me. And yeah, I didn't have to stop walking. I could have kept walking, but I didn't. I didn't.
Yeah, it's just weird because I was doing good, and all of a sudden, I'm sitting here. Earlier I was sitting here and I was looking back, and I'm like, I haven't eaten a salad in a while, and I was eating salads all the time, and I'd cut out sugars like sweets. I have a terrible sweet tooth. When I turn off here, I want to go and get a bag of cookies. Like, you know, it's just I gotta turn that switch back on. And
Yeah.
Well, I was having my sweet tooth today, and I went and got some of those old-fashioned lemon drops
okay,
Oh, yeah, I love lemon drops.
and some of those little coconut creams that you can
Uh,
melt and put like on your strawberries, which people do because they're like you can eat like 12 of those and there's hardly any calories. And you know what? That curve, I had just a couple of those and a couple lemon of those old fashioned lemon drops, and I'm good. I was good for, I didn't have to indulge in a half a pint or like a half a gallon of ice cream or sodas
but
or
that's how I
anything.
am too. Like I'll eat the whole bag of cookies, or the whole pint of ice cream, or it's like one sitting. I'll just be like, "Bloop, bloop, bloop." I don't know.
But I learned my lesson though this last time. I was eating a lot of Butterfingers. I think that's what caused a lot of my problems this last time.
That's why they say everything in moderation. But it's
I
easy to
know
say. So.
I'm I'm an alcoholic and an addict, and I've been in recovery for, like I said, 9 years, and there I don't know moderation. I got to be careful.
Oh no, no, I feel you. One was too many, and 10 wasn't enough for me. You know,
Wow.
it's just saying. If I'm having beer or something, one is like, I'm saying it's too many. Once I start, it's too many.
Mm.
Curious cat, how are you? She says, or he says, I apologize if I'm Mountain Dew as vegetable oil. Read the label. It gave me high cholesterol.
Wow.
Whispers from the
Yeah.
dark. What's up?
I
Hey,
had to those lemon drops like saved me because after my radiation, I it took away my taste completely, and that was the only thing I could taste were
Oh
It's
lemon
the,
wow.
the
drops. I
sourness.
c-
Yeah,
I was eating lemons, whole lemons. I was just eating them because
just
it's
for
Yeah.
the
the only thing I
sensation.
could taste.
Yeah.
wow,
And
yeah.
salt. I had that craving for salt,
So, yeah,
and that
Put salt on the
just never.
lemons.
Yeah, and I
yeah,
just eat them because that's all I could eat. Everything else was really metally,
Oh, really?
metallic,
Yeah.
and just for about 6 months, 8, 7 months maybe.
yeah,
Damn.
yeah. I got a story about lemon drops, man. This,
Just the name of a weed or something?
no,
No.
no, 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 no. Although there probably is. There
More than likely.
probably at that place I go to, man. They probably, if they got sour diesel, they probably got lemon drops somewhere. But no, this is about lemon drops. So I don't know if people are familiar with the Navy because I was an old Navy guy, and Admiral Heinrich Rickover is the basically the grandfather of the nuclear navy, and he came on our submarine one time, and big deal. Admiral Rickover's coming. And one of his favorite things was lemon drops. That's where the lemon drops come in. That's his favorite thing, lemon drops. So our captain made sure he got in a big shipment, of a bunch of bags of lemon drops for the admiral's visit. And well, thing is, we all loved lemon drops, right? So, and this is some of the things that happen on a submarine. A little bit closer knit crew. So we actually stole the captain's pens. He had a set of Gold Cross, and I don't know if anybody knows anything about pens.
Cross pens are good pens.
Yeah, Cross pens. These are Gold Cross pens, and stole a set of these pens from his stateroom, and left a ransom note. And it was like, leave 2 bags of lemon drops on the mess decks, no questions asked, and the pens will not be harmed. And sure as shit, the next day there was 2 bags of lemon drops on the mess decks, sitting on the table. And so, yeah, just for lemon drops, man.
That's funny. That's funny.
Yeah, it's a little bit
close. Sounds familiar.
It's a little bit closer knit crew on summer, it's that kind of things, but you got to take it
again.
Yeah. Oh, it's gone now.
Yeah.
But you got to take it all in stride. We want lemon drops,
Miss Dill, I didn't know you were posting that. I just posted it too. I like you see 2 posts right next to each other for the link.
She is on the ball today.
Yeah,
on the ball.
Flat Rock, what's up? Scroll up and see who slipped in.
Okay, I'm
Richie
watching.
Evans, what's up, buddy?
What question, Grasshopper?
Hey, Jen.
What question?
Joe, question.
I don't know. I'll answer any question.
Plead the 5th.
Fuck, if I don't know the answer, I'll just be like, I don't know.
All right, Amy, for some reason I'm getting an echo back again from you. Should be gone now. I just had to mute her mic real quick. Let me see if it's still there.
Yeah.
Okay, no, it went away.
He wants, Joe, ever know a submariner called Frog? No, actually, I mean, we had a lot of nicknames for each other, but no, never knew anybody named Frog. Would make sense though, but
Daniel Lundy, what's up, buddy? Phil C, how's it going, man?
there was a petty officer that we called Squatty Body.
Short, huh?
He was Scotty Squatty Body, because he was short and fat. So
who else?
Squatty Body.
So what do you got going on, Nikki? What do you got coming up?
I have no idea.
Hey, she's a birthday girl, man.
I took a break. I didn't prep anything for this Sunday. I don't know. I'm going to have to either cancel the show. No, I wouldn't cancel the show. I would just have it. Just have it as a regular show. But I don't know. I'll find something. Because I haven't prepared as much as I need to for. I have a lot of topics. That's not the problem. It's getting motivated to do the work before I put it out. And I just haven't done it. I mean, people want to hear about Todd Standing. They want to hear about
I don't want
Sasquatch, Ontario. They want to hear about. I have a lot of crap on Sasquatch, Ontario already, but there's some names I need. So before I do that one. And
dot your I's and cross your T's.
Yeah, I want to know about all the court hearings and stuff, and I don't have that info. So
No, well,
Nikki just
yeah,
you're doing it the proper way as you're doing the investigative work.
that's
You're
right.
making sure
yeah,
that you're what do you call it?
I'm trying, but it's hard because a lot of the old stuff is deleted. You can't find the links don't work anymore.
Oh
So
yeah,
sometimes that's hard, especially when I did some searching like in the old blogs, the Bigfoot blogs, Sasquatch blogs, and there's the information is there, but when you go to click on whatever, that's long gone already.
yeah.
Ooh,
I'm sorry. What? I was just laughing at what Jeff said about.
what do you say?
He said, "Sometimes I fill the tub halfway and then turn on the shower, pretending I'm in a submarine that's just been hit."
How much have you been drinking St. Patrick's Day?
Oh, dude,
Wow, man.
He's on his like
Wow.
fourth or
That's
fifth pitcher of green beer.
that's
and
hilarious,
probably a
man.
few shrooms too.
I know one thing, getting in the tub's not that bad, but trying to get out, oh my God.
It's funny. I told my wife we needed a walk-in tub, dude. We should have just gotten a walk-in tub, man.
Yep.
I like
Yeah,
the
but
one we got.
I just think there's a flaw in that system with those things because you have to be in it when you fill it up.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
CBB, I have thought about getting in touch with him. But the problem is my show is not a research show, okay? It's very different. He would not be coming on to explain his research because I could give a damn about his research. It would be straight on questions about why he's not showing before and after photos of the heads, you know? It would be him trying to defend his work, and I don't know if I wanna do that.
just you're talking about Todd Standing.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, well, you
Well,
didn't. You
hey,
were
look,
reading from chat, so you didn't
I,
mention it. So.
I've
Oh,
never,
yeah.
I've never met the man in person. I'm not gonna, talk like I know Todd Standing. I don't. I know of him, and I know the stuff he's put out. But the sense that I get from all the stuff I've ever seen, especially I've caught a couple of his lives that he does every now and then. He wouldn't go on Nikki's show just because of the title Harry Man Hoaxes and Hoodwinks. Because
Yeah,
he knows that there's a
he
lot. I mean,
wouldn't.
he's not going to, he'd be like, no, fuck
He'd read
that.
that and go, "I don't know if I
Yeah.
want to take this call."
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
does do interviews though.
Yeah.
Any
Oh, yeah.
research,
Yeah.
any research driven show,
I,
he will
I
oblige
just,
you.
I just
You know,
don't think that he would put himself in any situation where he didn't believe that he'd be able to control the narrative,
sure.
Right. And
you
he
know.
does because he's a
And
talker.
so,
He's a
yeah,
lot like the way Rick Dyer talks and likes to hear himself. So, you have to think about all that and where I would want my interview to go. And it would not go the way I would want it to go at
yeah.
all. So,
Welcome,
it is what
Ben.
it is.
Ben T. Ben's going to find some green. Be right back.
Oh, Ben T. Ben T's the guy in northern Michigan that has the Bigfoots coming all the time.
Yeah,
I thought that was really interesting.
yeah, it was a good show the other night.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I had a guy that reached out to me. Well, this Friday, I'm not gonna be able to do a show. I mean, work. I'm not gonna get home in time to really do it. So I had to let him know we're gonna have to shoot for another day. Maybe April 1st. But he's a researcher here. He's Catskills Bigfoot research. I'm not gonna say too much because I haven't really worked it out with him yet about. But yeah, gonna have him on the show too. Because I'm about that too, man. Show me what you got, man. Then we'll talk about it. And I like
Oh,
to.
Jay just said, what did he say? He wouldn't, cause wouldn't be no money involved. Well, you know what?
We did that interview.
Blue Line Bigfoot had Todd Standing on their show, and
Also, recently he was on.
I know those guys.
Oh my God! Now I
Clowns.
can't think of his name.
Oh,
Oh,
Ooh,
I didn't do
I
it.
went big.
I
Make me
didn't do it
small
either.
again.
Here, back off a little bit. Here, step
There we
back.
go.
So,
It's like, whoa.
Oh my God, what's the name of that guy? Oh, I guess I could look here.
yeah, I know. Dude, I've been trying to get Blue Line Bigfoot to come on one of my podcasts for like 2 years now. And I used to keep in touch with them constantly, you know, and
Oh, I I was
they're
friends
good
with
guys,
them, and we just
and
kind of lost touch.
and they'd be like, yeah, we're gonna do it, we're gonna do it, we're gonna do it, we're gonna do it. They get it. It's just kept going. I was like, finally, I'm like, dudes, come on, man, when are you gonna come on my podcast, man? Come on. I gotta keep bugging you.
Tell you what,
But
though, they can plant a mean garden.
hey, look, man, I like those guys. I like them. I know, you know, they're funny. They, you know, I don't know what they got going on out there, but they're in the Adirondacks, so hey, you know, it could be anything, you know. And I like the way they approach it, man. You know, I keep telling them, but next time I get up to the Adirondacks, I'm gonna go by. I'm gonna swing by and see them. But and I'm gonna bring Jake some Genesee
Hmm.
Genesee beer. Yeah, because I know he drinks it.
Pulling in the driveway. I'm not even looking. Screw it. I can hear the gravel crunching in the driveway. I'm like, is that here or is that the neighbor? Richie says, where is this crazy Irish clan? Mr. Haywood and other bald headed.
That other ball headed.
Derek was on the other show a little while ago.
Oh, was he? What show
Yeah.
was that?
Lockbeard? Yeah, he was on Lockbeard.
On the show or in chat?
No, in the chat.
Oh, right on.
Tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Lockbear was on tonight. I didn't even know it.
Well, on his other channel because he got banned again.
Oh, I did see something about that. I didn't know Lockbear had another channel.
Oh, what is he on? Another other than YouTube? Rumble or
Yeah,
something?
the AKA one. I can never say that name. That
Yeah.
Arceus or
Hey,
whatever.
No.
That-
Yeah, Archaeos Salisbury.
That thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, dude. We just called you out. We just ratted you out. Sorry.
Oops.
Amy speaks that something weird is happening to my internet connection. No worries. Well, thanks for coming on, though, Amy. Where am I? Oops, we just did that one already. Just got to post this again. Yeah, weird.
I can't find that.
My sister has this dog. Kind of looks like my Lucy, little short little brown thing. I think he's got an underbite, like so his bottom teeth are like she calls it snaggle tooth because only like one tooth.
Wait a minute, you got an underbite. Wouldn't that be an overbite if it was an underbite?
I think the underbite is when it comes over the top teeth.
Oh, so it's
an overbite would be like buck teeth,
kind of like a bulldog. He's got an underbite.
Sort of, yeah.
I get you.
And I guess when she, I guess he's a rescue dog, and when it must have been skittish or something when they first got it, and then now it's kind of it's a cool dog, It sits on fall asleep on my lap. But today, my sister was like, "There's something wrong with the dog. Like it won't go out." And do you think it's this bug zapper you put up? I'm like, well, maybe. So I turned the switch off. We got the dog out. I closed the door, and I stood there next to the switch and watched the dog. The second I hit that bug zapper, that dog freaked.
Really?
Turned it off, kind of fine. Turned it back on. He freaked. I was like, oh shit. I don't know if it's picking up whatever, EMF.
Frequency, some
Yeah,
type
the
of
EMF.
frequency.
It must be the EMF, man. Seriously.
It was weird though.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the dog's a little. Um, oh, I want to say, I swear, I think he's a little bit has a little bit of Down syndrome.
Uh,
Find out and
Poor dog
research.
is just a little odd.
Jeff said he said I'd like to see Joe drive to the Adirondacks with a 12-pack of Genesee without drinking it on the way. I don't drink and drive, man. I don't. Those
he, he
days
gets
are
he get
those
to the
days are over.
Adirondacks and be like with one can. Here, I bought you a beer.
Yeah. There you go, Jake.
One
beer.
there's Lockbeard. He's here.
Oh yeah, no, I saw him.
Oh.
But I couldn't. I didn't mean to like call him out. not call him out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Out him.
Akios. Okay. I'll forget it tomorrow.
Akios. It's Cherokee, I think. What is
it? I
Mr.
thought it was
Lockbeard?
Greek or something.
No.
It was Greek to me.
Yeah. Greek to me. That's that old joke, and you tell somebody, you say, I can speak any language in the world except for Greek. And so it'll be like, I can speak every language in the world except Greek.
Oh.
And then they'll say, well, speak Italian. And you go, it's Greek to me.
Oh, it is Greek.
Quit tormenting the dog. Is it? I thought it was Native American, knowing him.
It is Norwegian.
It is based on Greek. Okay.
Now we have all kinds of different.
I got a little Norwegian. I'm mostly Dutch and Irish and Scottish.
More Dutch, German, Irish, English, something like that.
little smattering,
yeah.
Little smattering of English in ours too. Yeah.
Well, my last name is Van Zylen, so it's the Van is always it's.
That's
Dutch.
pretty Norwegian, or no? I'm sorry. Yeah, Dutch. Sorry. Yeah, well, the spelling of my last name is actually the Dutch spelling of the German. So it was Germans that came from Germany and emigrated to Holland, and et cetera. That so and then they just spelled the name differently. So yeah. Found some green. I feel Irisher. It's always important to feel Irisher. So Nikki's a birthday girl, man. She's 25 years old now.
Again?
Yep. Again and again and again.
You see what I did there, Nikki? Right?
Yeah, I see what you did.
Yeah.
When was
It's
your birthday?
okay.
It was the other day, wasn't it?
What's that?
When was it? It was the other day, wasn't it?
Yesterday.
Yesterday. I know.
Yeah.
Pretty sure I
Yeah.
sent you a birthday wish, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, everybody did. Oh my gosh, it was amazing. It was.
Yeah, I blasted it all over. Hey, it's Nikki's
You
birthday.
did.
Well, because I love birthdays, man. I love it when people have birthdays, and I try to keep up with like my Facebook stuff. Where on
That's
the
how I do it.
It'll say
know,
so and so's birthdays today.
Yeah, and I'm not on Facebook too often, so every once in a while I go like, "Whose birthday is it this month?" You know.
Yeah.
Right.
If I'm friends with, I'm not friends with everybody on Facebook here, but
It wasn't too long ago that I had kept my Facebook page not Bigfoot. It didn't have any Bigfoot people on there, just very few. Only those I had actually met were on my Facebook page. And my Bigfoot Weekly page was where, I had all my Bigfoot stuff. But I don't know, it just finally grew over and people, finally said, screw it. Okay, everybody can be my friend. Because
I don't keep up
mostly
on
because I didn't
Facebook.
my family back in Arizona really didn't know how involved I was in Bigfoot. but
Yeah.
but it has come out since, over the years, and and it's more accepted now than it was maybe 10 years
What
ago.
what was their reaction when, like, your sister didn't know, like Suzanne? She didn't know.
No, my immediate family knew. My dad, my mom, my sister
Okay.
did. Yeah.
Okay.
I have a very huge family out in Arizona, so that's who I didn't really tell. But now everybody knows, and everybody's super supported, and they think it's cool now, and so it's all
Well, that's
good.
awesome.
Yeah.
I still think some of my family thinks I'm crazy, but whatever.
Yeah, they probably do too, for me, but they also knew I was a military gal, so every I'm moving around a lot, and this was something I could take with me everywhere,
Sure,
Yeah.
you
absolutely.
know.
And it's cool
So,
because moving around a lot, you get to meet different people, and you
right?
can get into that subject with other people, and in
Yeah.
different regions, or that's cool.
Mhm.
Yeah,
For sure.
my family always thought I was crazy, which had nothing to do with Bigfoot.
That would be my sister Susie. No. Oh, look,
Yeah.
North
and Miss
Alabama
Julie said
cryptid, what's
Susie
up?
is so cool. I can tell you stories about my sister.
Tell you how cool she is.
That little girl, since there was such a big 9.5 year difference between us,
Wow.
yeah, make she would annoy me. Oh my goodness. She would annoy me.
That's what
I
little
would
sisters
I
do.
would grab her from her ponytail and drag her back to her room. True story.
Being,
That's a
being the
true story.
youngest, being the youngest of 8, man. Yeah, I can imagine. I was probably annoying as fuck, man.
Oh, you were the youngest?
Yeah,
That
yeah.
explains a lot.
I'm the youngest. Dude, I wasn't expected to live, man. I mean, seriously.
Not with 7 other siblings around.
My well, I mean afterwards, but originally I wasn't expected to either, man. It was like shit, man. My mom was like 43 when she had me, and I had to be in an incubator, and yeah, they were turning me around, and they'd have to reach in, and I was a weak little baby, and
It's your medium rare.
you know, yeah, and
Rotisserie.
but you
Did
know
you have
what?
to make sure you were cooked? Nope, a little more on this
They
side.
they
Tender,
didn't
yeah.
they didn't expect me to make it, man. But yeah, I got stronger and started pushing my legs and arms and stuff out of the holes where they reach in to try to, have to turn you around and stuff like that. And yeah, man, I was like, so,
Find me.
but, and I was probably an annoying little prick, man. I mean, my brother Jay, man, God, I love him. He's passed away a long time ago, man. But dude, that guy, man, every time, take your little brother with you. Take your little brother. Hey, he's the reason I started smoking pot, man, because I caught him and our neighbor, his buddy lived across the street, Dougie Woods, smoking it, and he made me smoke it so I couldn't tell on him.
Ah,
Of course,
go ahead, wrap me out. I dare you.
Well, yeah, once you're part of it, you can't rat nobody out, So, but yeah, I beat the odds, dude. I
Evie
mean,
says
like,
Joe was the bubble boy.
I was CVB. I was the
Like
bubble boy
John
from
Travolta,
birth.
boy in a plastic bubble.
I was from birth, man. I was a bubble boy. It's a bubble boy. But yeah, I guess that's why I feel invincible, man. I mean, it's like I'm old. I'm getting old, but
Invincible?
I don't care, man. You know what?
I know you there.
You know what? I've lived through so much, man. I mean,
I know earlier me and we were
dude,
talking,
my
and I said
diet's
I'm
not the
only
limit.
about 5 years younger than you. I bet, because he didn't know how old I was either. He goes, "No way." I thought you were like 56 or 57 when I said that.
Creeping up
So
on 60 real fast, man. Real fast. But you know what? Screw it, man. I've lived my life the way I've lived it, man, and I'll either live another freaking 25, 30 years, or I won't. I mean,
I'll wake up tomorrow or I won't.
yeah,
Uh,
so what the hell, man? I love my life, man. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm not that hard charger like I used to be when I was younger, man. But I can still get down. I still, hey,
but you can get back up.
yeah, I need some help getting back up. But
Getting down's the easy part.
getting down is easy. That's right.
uh,
That's right. It's like my shirt, man. I want to rock and roll all night, party every day, but I'm too fucking old. Can't do it anymore.
Mr. Lee says my brother is 9 months older than me,
whoa.
but I'm so much better looking. So that,
Well,
that
we
makes you
don't
wonder.
know. Why don't
Your
you come
brother is
on?
9 months older. You know when, like, you know, it's like you were born, kid, and they figured, oh shit, we need a different one, and they went back at it. And 9 months later,
Yeah.
sorry, dude.
It's like this one. Nope, this one didn't come out right. This
Let's
one
try
didn't
again.
come out right. Let's try again.
Stevie
That's
B
when they,
has a
that's when they
daughter.
actually did break the mold.
Stevie B has a daughter older than 52. Oh, Stevie B, I'm not 25. That was a joke. But thank you. Thank you so much.
I told Nikki, man, I was like, you know what?
I'm
That's the thing.
52. It was a
she,
joke.
yeah, she's 52, but she
She
doesn't
missed.
look. She
She
doesn't
missed
look
the
her
part where
age.
I said you said she's 25, and I said again.
Yeah,
Yeah,
again and again.
yeah. No, she doesn't. I mean, yeah,
That's
nobody.
funny.
I because dude,
I didn't
man.
get it though at
It's like,
first. I was like,
it's like I told her. It's like some people are really lucky in their DNA, man. Nikki's got the kind of DNA of those people that just like they keep that youthful look all the time.
They age
And
gracefully.
me,
I'm finally getting gray hair.
I'm like, there's no grace to
Finally.
what's going on here.
They haven't
There's
had
no,
that.
there's no
My
grace here, man.
mom, one time she got pulled over, speeding ticket, and the police officer said, uh, "Get your sister and come over here," because it was one of those speed traps they do on I-17, and they pulled over like 6 cars all at once. And so the police officer thought my mom was my sister.
Huh.
That's how young my mom used to look for many years.
Tracy, we
Yeah.
weren't making light of that. I mean, just Joe's situation, not in general. That's got to suck for a parent when their child's in an ICU.
Oh yeah. My sister Susie's son was in ICU for 3 months. He came very early.
Wow.
She had a horrible time with that.
Yeah, yeah. I was born in January. I wasn't supposed to be born till March. And I've got a niece. Okay, this is how fucked up my family is. I've got a niece that's actually going to be the same age as me come August. She'll turn 58 in August. And she's on my mom's side of the family, right? It's from my mom's side, and she doesn't look 58 at all,
Wait,
man. They got the genes that are like beautiful
Mhm.
people genes. I got the genes on the other side. Well, I got a mix. When I was young, I was cute. Now it's like I'm a gargoyle. But I mean, yeah, pretty soon.
yeah, that always tripped me out. Like when I was a kid, I had to do the math. I was like, how does that work? My neighbor, they had an uncle that was younger than them.
Yeah.
Like it was because his
Right.
mother's sister or whatever it was, just had a late in life child. So it was like, what do you mean that's your uncle?
Right.
He's like 10 years younger than you.
Yeah, it's just it all has to do with like I was just like I was a change of I was what we always referred to a person in my situation as an oops baby. Right?
Somebody mentioned that earlier.
the politer way to say it is a change of life baby, right? So yeah, I was a change of life baby. Change. My dad was like
Change somebody's life.
my yeah. My dad turned 50 the month after I was born.
Whoa. Oh
He,
gosh.
I was born January 8th, and he turned 50 years old on February 21st.
Wow.
It's like, yeah. So,
That's rough. I mean,
yeah.
it's, but I don't know. I always thought it was rough. As an adult, it would be hard, but for the child,
Oh, my brothers and sisters hated me, man.
having
All
such a
except all
close
except for all except for my one brother, who I have to take his word for because I don't remember any of this, of course. But
Did they have to help care for you a lot, or did your mom
oh
just
yeah,
take all of it?
absolutely. No, absolutely. My parents were alcoholics, so yeah, my brothers and sisters
Oh,
had a big hand in the
yeah.
way I grew up. Hell yeah. And no, my brother Stan always said, "No, that's my baby brother." But everybody, my brother Jay and my brother or my sister Fred, we used to call her Winnie because her name was Winifred, but later on in life she wanted to be called Fred. But uh, they were like, "Ooh, he stinks. Can we take him back?" And all kinds of shit, man. Yeah, they did not want me in the house, man. Like, cool, dude. But you know,
Yeah.
they taught me. They taught me a lot of stuff. My brother Jay and my sister Fred. Uh, they taught me not to back down from nobody, man. They taught me all kinds of really cool shit. But my brother Jay used to beat my ass. I kicked him in the balls one time. Biggest mistake I ever made in my life. Because he just kind of shook it
I
off.
think we might have a Connor sent me. What's up, Graz?
Hey,
Connor.
Hey.
what's up?
Hey there.
How's it going?
Rules.
Where are you coming from?
My kitchen?
Walked right into that.
Awesome. Awesome.
That's funny.
This is a test. I told Brent that I wouldn't be going with my image anymore. I used to be on Skype many
Okay.
years ago when it first started. Then I was in a podcast for a couple of years, and I just kind of got tired of it. That was then about 7, 8 years ago. Now I'm just kind of relaxed. I'm retired.
Right on.
Cool.
What was your podcast about?
Same thing. It's still going on. Night callers.
Oh, right on.
Yeah. A mother and daughter team. I was kind of in the background as color, and another friend of ours kept an eye on chat. And that was, God, when the hell was that?
Ouch.
6 years ago? And then they went on vacation and for about
Daughter
3
has the
months
show,
until
right?
after the holiday season. And I just decided not to come back when they asked me to again. I got kind of bored. I tried of asking the same questions to different people, getting the same answers.
Yeah. No, I get the whole, I'm not bored at all. I'm a little tired, but I enjoy doing this.
After a while, you see the bigger picture, and a lot of people are spending too much time on the details. Details that confuse the shit out of people because it's like I put in Coalition a little while ago. That try to imagine a Bigfoot group getting together and trying to discuss humans and trying to figure them out. And you look at the population of humans and just what would they have to go through to figure humans out? How are we going to figure out Bigfoot?
Yeah.
You may even get a body, but then what do you do?
Speaking of bodies, hold on.
I shared that because Jen just made a comment in chat about when I used to lift weights a lot that I looked like a young Paul Orndorff. That's the picture that she was referring
A little
to.
bit. Yeah, no, I could see that.
Hey, I used to be a beefy man. Now I'm just fat and lazy.
And then gravity takes over, and certain parts of your body start showing up in other areas. That's the fun part.
Absolutely.
You end up looking like a sack of potatoes hanging down.
Yeah, I'm
Well,
trying to avoid that.
That's why my testicles stay clean.
I'm trying to read chat and I can't see it. It's just an empty box.
Did you not get that? Did you not get that, Mo?
All the way on the right.
You're on the private chat. You gotta go through the comments.
Yeah, that's private chat. I forgot about that.
There we go.
Ta-da.
It's because, like, as you get older, Mogs, when you sit on the toilet, you're, kind of get a washing every time you sit on the toilet. Because
yes, we get it, Joe.
Well, Mogs had a look on his face like he didn't understand. So
he didn't.
He will, though.
I got you.
He will get it eventually.
Ooh, that water's cold and deep.
Dude, look, I'm sorry. I just totally threw that off of what you were just saying about Bigfoot Graz, and I am so sorry about that.
Sorry, man.
That's all right. I don't have too much to say about Bigfoot anymore. Even when I'm on the coalition, I pretty much watch most of the time, see the cycles and see the repetitions. There's like this wave pattern going on where things just kind of, after a while, go down and then come back up and repeat the same shit all over again. You got pictures showing up from 15 years ago as something new.
Those crests.
That kind of thing. You always have, we've got too many new people coming in. I wouldn't say too many because it's fair, I mean, you got all these shows on TV, you can't help it. But they're starting out the same way we were, but a lot of them are very enthusiastic, overly excited, and they're being drawn in the wrong direction, the Tom Cantrell direction, the Dr. whatever his name is. That has
Matthew Johnson.
Matthew Johnson, yep. People being moved in that direction. It's kind of silly to watch. I'm from the old country, and I'm from, like, Rick Knoll lives right down the street from me. But I leave him alone. He's a loner like I am. I go out by myself, and sometimes I go out with a couple of other people, but he does his own thing. We're from the old school where you have to have your own mind, and you have to go out and get your own experience. And watch what goes on. You can learn some things, but some people are too excited and too enthusiastic and join groups and join groups and join groups and go to all the conferences and meet all the famous people and stuff, and they're just having so much fun, and that it's a distraction from the science, as far as I'm concerned. I could be wrong. But
it's your true scientists won't be distracted. It's like if they're really into it, they're not going to conferences and all that other bullshit.
Right. Many of the researchers that I found really credible, they are not online anymore. They've left the community 4 or 5 years ago. They're still doing research, but they are not sharing it, except to a few people who are still on their channels, but they just don't share anymore. They don't want the ridicule, or they want to do the things they want to do the way they want to do it.
Yeah.
I stretched my rules a bit by meeting Brent. He talked me into taking him out to my first sighting area out in the Cascades. And Curious went along, met him and his wife. And a friend of Brent's, and I have a hell of a timer. He's got a nickname, and I can't remember it right now. Cosmo, I think. But we went out there, and I couldn't find that damn place. It's changed so much.
Oh, wow.
I was looking for a washout on the road, but they've regraded everything, and it's turned to shit since then. There's a pothole city back and forth, bouncing all over the place. And I went all over the place trying to. I couldn't find the damn thing. But we had a good time walking around the woods and looking at shit. I didn't find any tracks or anything, but it was a good day out. That's why I do it. You go out and you have a little bit of fun. I take a sandwich out there and I have a lunch and sit out in the woods and look off in the mountains, and I think that damn thing is out there someplace. I've seen it. I know. And I'm standing there and looking at the mountains, and it's just crazy.
Where was your encounter or sighting? Excuse me.
You have to know Washington. There's I-90 that goes from Seattle all the way across to Chicago.
Okay.
And it goes through a pass across the Cascades. And in that pass, it's kind of like a choke point. That's why they have the pass there, is because it's thinner there. Mm-hmm. And then it spreads out on the bottom, spreads out on the north. And I was out there just for the hell of it. I used to do gold panning, and every once in a while I would go out and just for something to do.
Sure.
So I went out there right after the runoff. And oh my God. I put on my backpack. I ran into a washout that was about 30 feet across this road. So I parked there, turned the Jeep around and parked there, and got my backpack and started up the wash and got up about 150 feet maybe or something like that. I'm not absolutely sure. Found a nice spot and got down on my knees, got the stuff out of the backpack and just started playing. And while I was on my knee, I just started joking to myself in my head, right? Picturing a big leg coming down next to me and grabbing the back of my head and take me off in the woods. And I'm joking around in my head about it. But after a while, I started getting the willies. And so after a while, I just said, the hell with this. I packed it all back in the bag, put the backpack on, and turned to go back down the wash. And then I looked at this wall of dirt and then a flat spot where the forest is. I got to find out what the fuck that was. So I climbed up the wash, walked in about 20 or 30 feet, and stood there. And it was a beautiful sight. It was a fern bed going off in the distance with trunks and then kind of like a ceiling of limbs coming down. And you could see a good distance, probably about 180 degrees off in each direction. So I stared at the center and waited for something to move. And off to my left, out of the corner of my eye, I saw something move. So I turned and looked at it, and there was a trunk with this bit of fuzz sticking out from behind it. And it looked like the head and then this shoulder peeking out from behind the trunk. And there was like a bunch of tree fall at the base of this trunk. So it's just something's just doing this. So I'm looking at it for 10 seconds or so, and I jerked my head like this, like I saw it, and it ducked behind the tree.
You made it move.
Yeah, I made it move. It ducked behind the tree. And the first thing that popped in my head was bears don't duck. Poof, all the hair stood up. I swung around and just ran back to the Jeep through the bushes. I'm out there by myself, no gun, no nothing. And instinct took over, and I ran down to the Jeep, stood there next to the Jeep looking at the ridge above me that I was running through, lit a cigarette and just kind of stood there watching for a couple of minutes, and still got the willies. And so I got in the Jeep and just took off. That was number one. And that's where I was trying to find with Brent and Steve out there. Just kind of.
I think it's weird that you had that thought earlier, when you were about a foot coming down and, picking you up. that's, I mean, you put it out there essentially, you know,
Yep.
or did it put it out to you? You know?
Well, Nikki probably has a little bit of an idea about that kind of stuff. I was in the New Age movement for about 10 years, and I was into all the spiritual things about connectedness and all that kind of
Mhm.
stuff. I do believe in something. Now, I don't get into the mind speak stuff. I don't go that far. I do believe in something where there's an energy of intent, you might say. When you go out there, what you're thinking, what you're feeling, and stuff like that is your intent, and you're part of this system. So the intent is broadcast, let's say.
Sure.
I use an example of a video I saw where there's a pride of female lions laying out in the middle of the savannah in this grass, and they're just sitting there. On both sides of it are antelope just walking along. Why are they there with these lions sitting here in a pile? Because they know the lions aren't on the hunt. They understand the intent.
Yeah.
They're walking along, eating, and then they'd look up at the lions and look down and eat a little bit more and keep on walking. There's this energy of some kind of intent. So maybe I was feeling something along those lines. People get the willies all the time. People don't understand what that means. Dogs get it.
Well,
Cats understand it.
you getting it standing at the Jeep was, you know, because you knew it was there.
But I
You
think
know,
it's like
right.
I think it's like anything. It's like you know you go into a room or you're in a room of people and you just you know if for lack of a better word vibes. You know
Right.
everybody has that feeling, and there's no doubt that I mean something like Sasquatch could probably feel the same type of things. It's like same with my.
well,
I mean, it's the same thing with my encounter. I mean, obviously he got the sense that he got his point across. I mean, that's the only thing I can figure out. You know, there was no mind speak or anything like that, but it was like he knew that I fucked up, and he wasn't willing to take it farther than what it needed to be because I was retreating like a fucking scared fucking person that I was. And, you know, I mean, so I think, yeah, you can feel them vibes. I mean, I think you sense. You know, you can go out and you can sense if somebody's like you're like you can look at them, that motherfucker's up to no good. You know, so yeah, I think there's something like that going on.
but like well, you kind of said, what are your thoughts on? Um, I don't want to call it mind speak. I hate that word, but telepathy. Anybody,
Hmm.
Joe? Because you kind of just said, well, it wasn't mind speak or anything
Well,
like
I don't
that.
know. It's because I've never experienced anything like that in my life. And you know, and I'm not saying that people that are saying this stuff and putting that out there, I'm not saying that they're not experiencing something and they interpret what they experience in their own way. And I'm not
Sure.
saying that, you know, because I wasn't there. But as far as the minds, no, I don't think so. But I think it's closer to what grass is, you know, it's the feelings. It's the sense, you know. And we all have that. We all have that. And I mean it's an old instinct. It goes way back. You know? I mean, if you think about uh our primitive freaking origins, man. I mean, two different species of these you know hominids coming together. You know, you know it's like is this dude gonna you know are we gonna have to fight or you know what's their so I think it goes way back. It's an instinct.
Well, we were
No,
all part of the animal world at one time,
sure, we
Absolutely,
still are.
we still are.
and we
Yeah,
still
So you
are.
know,
We still are, but we're distracted.
oh,
Kids,
no shit,
absolutely,
huh?
absolutely.
toddlers,
Well,
up
that's
to 5 or something like that, when they start going to school and start getting distracted, they can see ghosts. Uh, it's possible they hear your thoughts, but they don't say anything about it. Whatever, they don't understand the principle. But it's like cats can see ghosts, and dogs can see ghosts, along those lines. we're missing certain parts of what we used to have in a conscious way.
I think so
Mhm.
too. Yeah.
We might actually still have it, but in like, say, for instance, the New Age movement, you can theoretically train yourself to come to those terms, bring some of those aspects out. Now, personally, when I was involved with that stuff, I started out thinking about training into things like that, and I did for a little while, but I got to thinking about, I don't want to know what's going on over there. I'm busy here. I got
What
enough
were you,
on my
what were you
plate.
training? Remote viewing?
Different things along those lines, astral projection,
Mm-hmm.
things like that. Now, astral projection's a pretty interesting idea anyway, on its own, other than all this psychic stuff. But the psychic stuff where people are, like I would go to some of these mind, body, and spirit conferences, big shows. And I'd be walking along, and somebody would turn around and walk up to me and say, blah, 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 about you. And I'm just like, well, wait a minute here. I don't want to have that kind of ability. It's the Green Mile. You remember that movie?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I'm being attacked from all sides. I'm getting all this hate along those lines. Do you really want to have that kind of sense open in this kind of society we're living in?
That's what an empath is. I mean, that's what they deal with.
Right.
I personally wouldn't want to be attacked in that way 24/7.
No.
Not in the city I live in. It's freaky enough. And I won't go into the liberal conservative battle we have going on here all the time. So that's another story. It's a pretty freaky state. Getting out in the woods is a good thing for me.
For anybody.
Right now the snow line is too low.
I think for anybody, man, you got to get out there. Nature is like, it's just, it's very calming for the most part.
Well, you got a bit of an advantage over there. You don't have 15 million people trying to get out in the woods at the same time as you are. I'm in Seattle. And going out in the woods out here is a battle. And once you get out there, you're not alone. It used to be nice back 20-something years ago, where you could actually, and they've cut off a lot of the logging roads lately to keep people, they're kind of funneling people into like camping zones, hiking zones, camping zones. Your cars can only go so far into the Cascades anymore. I used to be able to take my van and start at the western side of the Cascades, go up and down through the logging roads, and end up on the other side in Wenatchee in a day and a half. And just driving through the log, you can't do that anymore. And on top of that, there's, like I said, Friday afternoon at 2 o'clock, I-5 is loaded with motorhomes, SUVs, packed with families, all kinds of crap on the roof. And where are they going? Everybody's heading for the woods. So you got 15 million people heading for the woods.
Yeah.
And it's hard to research Bigfoot when they're not there because of the people.
Absolutely,
and you can't reach them.
I gotta say, here in New York, it's not like that, man. I mean, I can go to places. The place I go at, where I go, that I had at my actual encounter with that individual. I mean, yeah, people go there, but it's not like what you're describing. I mean, it's. I can go there at times. There is in the summertime. In the summertime, peak camping time, and nobody is there. Nobody, not a soul, except for me.
West Bumfuck, so.
But so yeah, I'm not used to that. But you know what? The whole pandemic thing, when it started, that forced a lot of that, because people were like, "Well, we can't spend time with other people. What are we gonna do to have recreation? Let's go to the freaking woods." Well, we've never been to the woods before. What do we do when we get there? Well, we set up a canvas tent. We burn some wood. We leave our trash all over the place, and then we go home.
First they go out and buy every useless piece of camping equipment possible.
Oh yeah,
right.
Last time I went out for I usually just go out for a day drive. Last time I went out for a day drive last summer, I went up one road that goes all the way up through a valley, all the way up and around and stuff. And I hadn't been to that road before. So I started up that road, and about a mile and a half, 2 miles in, I started seeing tents and cars pulled over, and tents and cars pulled over. And after I got another couple of miles in, it was just tent, car. Just kept on going until I finally got to the end of the road, and I had to turn around, and it was just cars driving out there. I had to stop, let other cars go by, that kind of thing. That just totally pissed me off.
Yeah.
Completely.
Yeah.
There's no way to get out there anymore without
Yeah.
millions of other people thinking that they're going out to camp, and you might as well just put up a tent in your backyard.
Yeah.
The way that
Right.
was.
Yeah. Yeah, in the Adirondacks, it kind of got like I can remember like four years ago, probably something like that. I went camping in Adirondacks. When I went up there, I found this area. There was nobody there. Nobody. I mean, I was in the remote camping spots. I mean, the road that you had to go up. I mean, I actually saw a guy driving a sports car down this. I'm like, dude, you're gonna tear the shit out of your car.
A couple of
going
stupid
down
kids
this
out in
road.
a Miata,
But-
like
but yeah, but
bottoming
I'm
out
like,
and shit,
he's gonna bottom out somewhere, man. But
Yeah.
anyway, but there was nobody there. But the same thing happened in the Adirondacks. Going back to the areas, it was like everybody was out there, and I'm like, holy crap, man! This area was like barren of people the last time I was here, and now there's like everybody out here.
What you
I
think
mean,
about dead cats lately? Is that,
I don't know.
yeah, you can't swing a dead cat. That's right.
Can't swing a dead clunt.
Yeah, dead clunt, right?
Excuse me.
That's a
Not supposed to say
Uh,
that word now.
Long live the
God.
clunt. Long live the clunt.
Everybody knows it's
But,
a joke.
But yeah, but I don't know. You know what? Now, once it's easing up. I mean, those people that didn't used to do that, they're gonna go back to their old lifestyles. They won't
And have a garage sale to get rid of all the fucking
all the shit that they're not
camping
using no
equipment they
more.
bought.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I wanted
Sometimes
to
I
ask
think
you.
about intent and stuff, and I go out there when I'm driving around and see all that stuff. I'm thinking to myself, maybe it is time for a nuclear war. Some kind of catastrophe made by nature or something, because we got way too many people on this planet as far as the congestion of population within certain areas, that kind of thing.
Yeah, there's a lot
And
of
there-
people
there's-
leaving California right now, so Arizona's starting to get crowded.
Yep. Yeah, I've been down to Phoenix a few times. Mom wanted me to move down there. She kept saying, she was in Surprise, which is northwest Phoenix, a little suburb. And she wanted me to move down there, and I said, well, I don't know about that. She says they got snow in them hills. I said, well, I don't know. They also got a couple of volcanoes up there, too.
Yeah.
Flagstaff and stuff would probably be the place I would think about if I were going down there.
Being into that you were into the spiritualism, did you ever get to Sedona?
I actually did, and I bought my required crystal. Where's my crystal?
The required crystal.
Yeah,
You gotta
there is
buy
every,
one.
you go to Sedona, you're required
buy
to
one.
buy a
Mandatory.
crystal.
Can't leave the town without one.
It's mandatory. Where the hell I put? Oh, it's in this shelf around.
Well,
the
it's
corner.
that's kind of like if you're in Winslow, Arizona, it's mandatory that you take a picture of the statue on the corner with the eagles. I mean, you gotta take a picture there.
Standing on the corner.
If I go out into my backyard and look to the east, I can see Sedona. I'm in Cottonwood.
I think I looked that up one time when you mentioned that.
Yeah, hey, there's Derek. I saw him pop up there. He said happy
Patty D.
Welcome, Derek.
Day.
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, I think St. Patrick was like my great like uncle or something. Yeah.
Wow.
I said that to
I
the
did
lady
that
in the
way. Left out of great.
when I picked up my wife's wine tonight. I said that to the lady in the liquor store, and she went, "Nuh-uh," and I'm like, "Well, no,
Rumor has it.
maybe."
Can I throw a wrench in St. Patrick's Day?
Sure.
Ah, don't do that.
I was
Over on the
reading,
East
you
Coast,
know,
though,
he chased out the snakes, right?
supposedly.
Right.
But he
Supposedly.
also brought
I heard that.
Christianity to
I read
Ireland.
someplace that it's a metaphor for chasing, like Jesus turning the tables at the temple. The snakes are symbols of certain people that St. Patrick chased out.
I don't know.
I think
Wow,
I've
that's
heard that
interesting.
in comparison
interesting.
too, but
Well, you made me think about something I got to look into now.
There you
I
go.
got to check it out, man.
I
Because I
love
was
to
like,
teach people at least
you
once
know,
a day.
this is how bad my memory's getting sometimes. Like earlier today, I was like, somebody was St. Patrick's, and I was like, yeah. And I was thinking, I need him here, man, because we have mice. And I'm thinking of chasing. I'm like, no, that was the Pied Piper, you dumbass. That wasn't.
Nikki asked that question
That
last
wasn't.
night.
That wasn't St. Patrick, dude. It
A
was
lot
a
of
Pied
people were
Piper.
saying rats and stuff, chasing
Yeah.
up
Yeah.
rats,
Kevin
It
says
was
my
a-
family is from County Cavan. Is
mixing up the Pied
is there,
Piper.
is there a county
Awesome.
cabin in Columbia there, Richie? He's always bragging that he's Colombian.
Oh, I don't know that. I didn't
He's
know that.
Irish.
I didn't know that. Hey, Colombian Irish. Hey, cheers.
My
took the
family is
beer a lot.
Irish.
There's something you don't hear every day.
Irish by land only. We were Scottish in the northeastern part of Ireland.
Yeah,
The Black Scots, I think they called them.
I got a lot of
And
Scottish blood.
they moved from there to Nova Scotia, and from there to my family in Rhode Island.
I got a
No
lot of-
Irish.
I used to.
I even got my DNA done. No Irish. It's all
Oh,
the island, the big island.
I've got. Well, you know, the Scots are just the Irish. They knew how to swim, right? So. But yeah, I got a lot of Scots blood, man. I used to wear a kilt and everything, man, and they got destroyed in the house fire actually, but because otherwise I'd still wear a kilt. I love
I
it.
even got my coat of arms, and the saying is rather interesting. It says across the top, "Touch not this cat."
Okay,
Not this cat.
Okay, fine. I can swing it around my head,
absolutely. Only if it's dead.
only if it's dead.
Only if it's dead.
Touch not this
You
cat.
can't
Robert
swing
the
a live
Bruce
cat.
swinging his cat.
Oh, my
Okay.
Can't swing a live cat. It's got to be a
No,
dead cat.
Nikki, I do know a lot about history in Britain.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Killed,
By the
killed
way,
by Bigfoot. What's up, man? Sorry, guys. Alan
What?
Johnson.
last night,
Yeah.
a learning thing. Three people typing the same thing at the same time.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
And we were seeing different people coming in first, right? I think you should put out a disclaimer before you start that by saying, okay, let's understand the internet, okay? When you type something in Australia and somebody else types something in New York at the exact same time, it's got to go up to the satellites, come across, communicate back and forth, come down to the ground in El Paso's satellite, and then make it to your screen,
Right.
right? So the first thing you see on your screen is the winner. Doesn't matter what we see on our screen,
Right.
because we type it in immediately. Cindy and I had this little debate last night also,
Yeah.
because
That
on
makes
mine,
sense,
it showed me first and hers right below mine. On hers, it was the exact opposite.
Ah.
All right. So there was also one that I was first, but because there was so much random chat, mine was scrolled above.
It
out
got
of sight.
scrolled way up there. Yeah.
Right. And then you said somebody else below, but they were saying, well, you know, I'm up there. And the
Yeah.
other one where Lockbeard was saying that I typed it in first, but it didn't show. So you have to make sure everybody knows that what you see on your screen is
Right.
the winner. Doesn't
Right.
matter what everybody else is typing in. on their screen.
That's right.
Yeah, I think. Well, a lot of people know that I'm gonna give it to whoever I want anyway.
All judgments are final.
Here we go.
Right.
The bias. The
The
All,
fence is
bias.
Yeah,
in.
all judgments are
Greg.
final. Damn it.
and nobody knows who's gonna get a card in the end.
Fly by
Oh,
Steel,
and
what's
another
up?
thing. One rule for you, maybe,
What's up?
is that while I was watching, I was looking at you, and you would ask a question, and then sometimes you would keep looking at that sheet of paper while people are typing and typing and
Oh,
typing.
hmm
And that's how mine got scrolled up. So when you ask a question, look at the screen immediately and wait for it.
yeah. No, I
Otherwise,
knew
you might
that,
miss
but
it.
I have two chats. I have one on the screen in front of me, the regular StreamYard, and then I have a live in front of me
And so you might
here
have
because
dueling
they're
chats.
very different.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, because you can't
The one
control.
that's here in front, the one that's off of YouTube is faster than the one we see up on StreamYard.
Oh, you know what? You're right, because I'm seeing
Mhm.
right now.
Well, there's a
I
lag.
have the same thing going on, and
lag.
I have YouTube up on the other screen, and I can see where Mo's. I see where the link is posted, and if I look over here on the screen,
Right.
I'm looking at with the StreamYard. Where
Mhm.
the hell is it? I didn't even see it here. So yeah, it's two different chats.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
two different.
the
It's
way.
faster. I'm trying to look at the one that everybody's looking at,
Mm-hmm.
you know. Uh
Well, which
to
would
be a little
be
more accurate.
for everybody that's not on. Yeah, that would be the YouTube
Right, the YouTube
that
one.
we look at. Yeah,
Because I always have
But
two
you
on
can.
when I'm on any show because we can't type on the StreamYard, you know.
right. We can only type
And
on the
if we want
YouTube.
to
Yeah,
keep interacting with the chat, you have to have it on something else, which
yep,
sometimes I have my phone, but now I'm getting all fancy schmancy and I've got things
yeah.
going over here.
Yeah, you can
So
go like.
Fancy schmancy.
yeah.
No,
I would
gotta
challenge Mr. Lee to define English. He says he's an Englishman.
An Englishman.
Here's where my study of history is always playing around with people's heads.
and by the way, if you get a package from Jeff Harding, don't open it.
No,
It's a
no.
glitter bomb.
Awesome.
Oh Jesus.
With
He said if I
anthrax?
did a trivia show, everybody'd win a glorious prize, and they'd send you a glitter
Nobody would
bomb.
want to win. Man.
So now I got to put this. Actually,
What?
no, I put the YouTube on my phone.
Oh.
So I can see the chat.
Yeah.
Because that's the other thing is, like I said earlier, is you can't control your chat
Mm-hmm.
from StreamYard.
Right.
It's
If
just
there's bots or anything, you have to be on YouTube
Yep.
correct.
to ban and do all that.
Yeah.
So
Because I don't even know if the bots show up on StreamYard side, do they?
They do,
but
yeah.
they don't leave
they?
either.
I've never
They
had one.
stay
So I
on
don't
there,
know.
even if you get rid of them.
This is my Irish yellow.
Irish yellow.
So you,
English
getting
was
back
also
to your
not anymore.
experiences, actually, how many have you had?
Me?
Yeah. Sorry, I should have said grass.
3.
Okay.
You ever heard of John Kirk?
That sounds
No.
familiar.
The Kirk part sounds familiar. That's about it.
Right, he's
But it's not.
Canadian. All the Monster Quest and other shows like that he's been on. Cryptozoologist kind of material. He knows.
Okay.
The guy's amazing. His mind is just amazing. I've known his wife Winona since 1999 or something. Then they got together and got married, and I would go up and visit them up in BC.
Nice.
And we go out. There's Harrison Lake out there in BC. We go out and we play around there. They would have, they've got a cryptozoologist group up there that gets together once a year for a picnic. So I go up there for that, spend a 3-day weekend. We go play in the woods. And one time I went up there instead. I went on January. This sighting is on Tom's page. And sometimes I have to go back and reference it again because I got a little confused. It was 2 sightings in one day.
Oh, wow. Real quick. Good night, Stevie. Go ahead.
Yeah. Good night, Stevie. I'm a tech monster. So I took a bunch of cameras up there to play with. And one of my cameras is an infrared camera that I hacked out of a regular camera.
Okay.
The idea being that infrared comes from the sun all the time. All right. So this camera has an open little chip in there called a CCD chip that collects the light and turns it into digital form. And it sees everything. Most cameras have a little filter in there to block out everything but visible light that we can see, the visible colors that we can see. So it blocks out the ultraviolet and the infrared on either end, right? So I made it so it was a full spectrum camera. And then I started experimenting with filters to try to find different uses for it. I actually developed the camera for ghost hunting, trying to figure out how cameras can see things that we don't. I wanted to find the frequency that the cameras were seeing. So I was using filters to block up to a certain point, and then I'd try another one up to a certain point, and I actually got to the point where it worked in a graveyard of all places.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, scared the shit out of me. But I put the camera away. One day I was out playing during the day, and I came back and I was reading stuff on the internet, and it hit me about blob squatches. Everybody knows what a blob squatch is. You got these guys walking around with a camera out in the woods. They think they see a squatch moving around out there, but they're in the darkness of the woods, right? They use a regular camera that only sees visible light. All they're going to get on that camera is darkness, right? And they say, there's a squatch in there. Even if it's everything's green, you have nothing but shadows behind it. There's a squatch, and they have to put circles and stuff. People laugh about the circles.
Circles and arrows.
So I call this camera my blob squatch eliminator because I discovered that when I was out in the woods with that thing, if I use a certain filter on it, it turns all the leaves white because the natural sun reflects off the leaves. And the camera picks up infrared as white. All right. I don't understand that part. Infrared is in the red spectrum, but the camera shows it as white. All right. So I went from there to some farms, and I found some Angus cattle. Walking back behind the trees and stuff, and the Angus are black. Black soaks up infrared, so it remains black. All right. So I experimented with that, and it worked. The leaves were white, the cattle were black in the background. I took it from there down to a park down below, and it has a really dark little valley down in the woods, and I made a recording and put it on my YouTube channel. And I call it my blob squatch eliminator because in the natural, it shows darkness. As soon as I flick it onto infrared, it shows pure white, and you can zoom really deep into that darkness and see everything. I tried to tell people about it. I put the YouTube up. I put that YouTube link on different places, and only maybe 1 or 2 out of how many hundreds of people that saw it actually asked me about it. And I taught them how to do it, how to use it and stuff. So anyway, I was standing out there we were meeting in January. We were meeting somebody there, and the gate was closed. It's called Sasquatch Park. The gate was closed, so we parked there in front of the gate against this wall of woods on one side and the road going off in the distance on the other. So they got out. So Winona and John got out. Another friend of ours, Kenny, was there with us. He came in from Massachusetts, or DC, I'm sorry. And they were walking around, and I just the hell of it brought this camera out, and I'm looking at the woods and just playing along. All of a sudden, I see a black blob. So I yell at the guys. I said, "Black blob!" And everybody knew what that meant because I talked about this camera before. They understood it. They come running up, and I'm trying to get this thing to focus in on it, but it wouldn't focus past the trees in front of me. I was trying to get past it, but it wouldn't. I had limbs in the way, and all I could see was the blob, and it wouldn't focus beyond that to the thing. So I'm battling this, trying to get that figured out. These John Kirk and Winona and Kenny were standing next to me, looking right at the damn thing. And they say they could see it like from the chest up behind this berm. And as I'm battling with this damn camera, it stood up probably 50 feet away. This is on Tom's website. This is John's first sighting. He's been studying these things for 20-something, 30-something years. He's been studying them. And that's his first sighting. He's standing there with his mouth down, just freaked out. His wife, she's Indian, Native American. So just for the hell of it, she takes her left arm up and does a hand out kind of thing like this, and then puts it down. And they say, I'm still fucking with the camera, trying to get it to work. And they say, all of them say that it took its right arm the same way and put its hand up and then put it back down again. It's standing right there 40, 50 something feet away up on the hill, right in front of him, doing this. And then suddenly it just turned around and ran up the hill. So it disappeared. We were all standing there trying to figure out what was going on. Our friend Jason showed up. We explained it to him. He went up and walked around trying to find this thing. Couldn't find any sign of it. So we came back down and went up and played in the woods for a while, up in the snow line. And we were up there for a couple of hours. Decided to come back to the same spot. Parked, but this time I brought out my thermal camera. And it's a big Firehouse edition thermal camera. It's about this square and about a foot long, and it's heavy. So I brought that out and I hooked up my recorder camera to it. And we're standing out there looking around. Winona does a howl. And a few minutes later, I get a little blurb of heat. And it's kind of peeking up over pretty much the same area that it was in before. So I'm watching that. I hand the camera over to John. He's watching it, and I'm trying to get the recorder going. I finally get the recorder going. It's a little camera here. I finally get the recorder going, and I'm watching that. Kenny's looking over my shoulder. We're watching that, and after 4 or 5 minutes, suddenly the camera died. It just turned off. And how many times have you heard that happen?
Batteries
so
dying.
I got all pissed off, unplugged it, ran to the Jeep looking for another battery. I came back, and in the period of time I was trying to get it hooked up again, they were watching in the thermal. It stood up again. They could see almost full body of this damn thing in the thermal. I'm standing. I've got 2 cameras. One of them wouldn't focus, and the other one died on me. And this damn thing turned around and ran away before I actually got this camera up and running again. We saw it way up on the hill, a little blurb. I did get that. And then a few minutes later, across the hill. And I've got that in my computer someplace. These are on These are
The
uncommon
gentleman, the
suspects.
researcher that had been, into this subject for 26 years and has his first sighting with you there, how did he handle it?
Not too well. He was freaked. He was freaked out. He was trying to rationalize it, and he did well. But it took a while. He was finally, it was finally proven to him, just like with Jay, finally proven to
A
him
lot of us.
after all these years. And it had an effect on him for a little while. And in my case, that first sighting, I didn't go back in the woods for about 10 years. And I started collecting guns.
Big guns.
Yeah, one really big.
I was
12
curious about that because I had a friend who he was my roommate. He was squatching for 10 years. He was into the subject, and when he had his sighting, that was a little over a year ago. I know it wasn't. It was it was just about a year ago. It kind of freaked him out, and I was the first person he talked to after, and he goes, "How the hell can they just be out here walking around like this?"
Joe knows.
Yeah.
How can this
I
thing be there?
I was gonna ask. I was gonna ask you guys. Everybody knows me. Been watching the stuff that I put out. I've been doing this. I've been investigating this since I was a little kid. About 44 years old, and I mean 44 years old. As a little kid, I was 44 years old,
Yep.
and now I'm 116 years old.
You're
But
You're doing fine. You're doing fine.
no, but ever since 44 years I've been doing this, since 14 years old. And I get that what you were just saying. I've seen one my entire life. I've had experience in the woods. I've had some where I don't think it had anything to do with Sasquatch whatsoever. It's just some weirdness that I just can't figure out. And other things may or may not have been Sasquatch. And then I finally did see one, actual one standing like there. And so, yeah, the realization comes to you that, oh shit, man, this thing I've been following really is real, and I'm fortunate about that. So, you've seen what one looks like. What is? I want to know what you think. I mean, aside from everything else, from what you saw, because I can only base everything I know on what I saw now. What's your best hypothesis of what they are?
Well, unfortunately, the first one I saw was a highlight, a shadow, because the light was coming from behind.
Okay.
It was in the shadow, so I saw a silhouette of this thing peeking out from behind a tree. I didn't see anything, but the tree was black. It was black. The downfall next to it was black, and everything behind it was light.
What the?
I have not actually physically seen one face to face. I could have if I hadn't been screwing with that damn camera and put the camera down and look at it. But I was trying to get that camera to record something, and I couldn't get it to focus.
Did they tell you like, hey, look up?
So have you?
No, they were just too much in shock. They were focused on what they were going through.
Sure.
Have you gotten a really good look at one?
No.
Oh, you haven't yet. Okay,
No.
I was mistaken. I thought you had actually seen one because my whole thinking about what they might be just like totally turned around when I saw Rasta. That's his name. That's his name for better or worse. His name is Rasta. And when I saw him, man, my whole thinking about this whole thing turned around. I mean, I'm still gonna say, man, I'm dealing with a zoological mystery here. No different than any other primate out there. Well, different, yes, but it's still it's still a physical thing. Somebody else can if you can show me some other stuff, man, that I can go, yeah, I'll change my mind. My paradigm changes a lot sometimes. I mean, I went from thinking this thing was like maybe an upright walking gorilla to but now no, not anymore, man. It's just look. I go back to what everybody. I've heard many people say this actually, and they're so correct. If this thing, if they were just some upright walking ape, no more evolved than a gorilla or
We
anything,
would
we'd
have had
already
one
have
in a
one
cage.
in a fucking cage by now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we don't, man. And I
No.
know, well, see, I can't say I know why. I don't know why, but I have
I
suspicions
do. They're
as
not
to
they're not an
why.
upright walking ape. They're more evolved. That's
Dude,
why.
they are. They are
I
more
got to
like
figure
our.
that if you look around the world, all the discoveries of ancient hominids that they've been
They're in the
making lately,
Homo genus, man. I swear. I just
there are
feel it.
dozens of different types out there. And all the
Hmm.
sightings that they've seen of Yeti and Yowie and all the
Yeah.
different types, they all seem to be different types of some kind of hominid type,
Yeah. And the
mid-range
fossil
type.
record shows that, man.
Right.
I mean, there's
And
so many, they discover
especially,
more.
yeah, especially in the Indonesian kind of area where you have small people and small humanoid types that
Yeah.
they've been, I forget what they called it. There was Lucy and a couple of different other types that they discovered in there that are just small hominid types that have just a little bit of a monkey face,
The
but their
Hobbit.
hominid is from the neck down. So if that is true for them around the world, that they're just as different as we are, different types of humans,
Oh,
different
there's,
types of
yeah.
hominids,
Yeah.
why not having it be the closest thing I can say is like a Neanderthal or along those lines,
Homo erectus, man. That's my
Homo
theory,
erectus along those lines,
or my
where
hypothesis, I should say.
I mean the ones up here in the Pacific Northwest are fucking huge.
I'm thinking Homo erectus, man. I'm serious.
The footprints I've seen here, a friend of mine used to go hiking with his wife all the time down near Mount St. Helens. He lived up here north of Seattle. A good friend of mine, and he was in his 60s back then. He would go out there hiking, and one time I went to see him at his work, and he said, "I got to show you this." And he took a regular picture out, a regular film. That's how all he used was film back then. Picture of his foot next to all you could say is a Bigfoot footprint, and surrounding it were others, and this was in damp gravel, leading to a stream that was probably 20 something feet across and right back out to the other side. Going down to the stream, it was about maybe 7 or 8 feet across of gravel going to it. It was a pathway that had been worn all this time. And there were different prints all around it. But this print, and he was 6'1, 6'2, thin guy. This print, let's say he had a size 12 foot, was probably a good 6 inches longer than his
Wow.
foot and probably 7, 8 inches wider. Splayed toes. And there were other prints around it. He asked me about it. He says, "What do you think of this?" Because he wasn't really a believer into that kind of stuff until he saw those footprints, and then he needed some kind of validation. He knew I was talking about Bigfoot for 20 years.
Yeah.
So he asked me about it, and I scanned a picture of it. And another friend of mine that goes, I've been to his site too, up in northeast of Mount Rainier on 410, near, well, you got Bumping Lake on the other side that Brent goes to. On the west side, closer to Mount Rainier, is where this friend of mine would go. And he was driving up through some logging roads. He got out to walk around on the logging road, and he found this trackway going up the road. and he got some measurements. They were 22 inches long. 20 fucking 2. Now try to transpose that into height,
Right.
weight,
That,
width.
huge.
And these guys are out there.
Put out a formula for that. I forget what it is. I used to know it.
Yeah, they talked about formulas trying to figure that out years ago. I don't think anybody's come up with anything but personal ideas about it.
Well, that's how else could they do it? You know,
Yeah.
just
Scientists aren't going to touch it.
Yeah.
no, but it's
Try to-
hopefully an educated guess.
Well, you know, the thing is, though, there's a lot more scientists that are actually looking into it. There's more that are looking
That will
into
come
it.
out in the open. Yeah, they won't
Right.
come out in the open.
Tristan, what's
there
up,
is.
man? Good to see you.
There is,
Oh, there's Tristan. Yeah,
which is good.
we haven't met yet.
Tristan Kaiju Ninja, yeah, he's cool, man. I like.
Alan says just look at Shaq's 7 foot. His feet are 22.
Yeah, he's got some big ass feet, man. But you know,
Dang.
there ain't a whole lot of Shaq like people running around barefoot in the woods.
Mm-mm.
So, I mean, that's my go-to. I mean, I'm sorry, like, you know, as much as some of the experience I may have had that may or may not have been Bigfoot, you know, I still go back to the tracks myself, man. I mean, and that is the most physical evidence I've ever actually seen that I can say that's got to be a goddamn Sasquatch. You know, I mean, tree structures, tree breaks, all that is subjective, man. You know,
Sure.
That could be or it might not be.
Yeah,
But
rangers
those
are saying
are
that they've seen
actual-
bears do twists
You know,
and things like
those are
that.
actual
Yeah, with their
physical
thumbs.
evidence, man. If you've got a track, man, you know you've got an animal had to leave that track.
Right.
You know, and aside from hoax tracks or whatever, and
Unless we got a string of Ray Wallaces coming all the way up from California.
right. I mean, so the tracks are what I always go back to. There's physical evidence of it. You know, I mean, yeah, people, and look, some of these things that I see online that look like a blob squatch they're not quite clear. Maybe it could be a Sasquatch. I wasn't there. You know, I mean, some of them might be of something. I can't make that judgment, right? But so we know that this thing is out there. We know that there's a species out there.
Tristan, 40% of what? How does that go?
There's a formula for that, and I forget what I used to know it, but it's
And
you
that's
take
Rick
the length.
Knoll without the K. It's Noll.
You take the. I don't mean to cut him off.
No, go ahead.
The shit. I can't remember it. It's pissing me off. I used to know it. The length of the footprint times. I don't know. It's like 7 point something, and you know, there's like I said, there's an equation for it, and I forgot.
Yeah, and I have a chart somewhere that shows the size of the footprint, and then it tells you from the size of the footprint what the weight, height, and all that is of the.
That's probably where I saw that
left that footprint. Yeah.
But on that card, I think they give you the equation, or how to.
They do. Yeah.
Did you just ask if you had corned beef?
Kaiju corned beef. He kept saying corned beef last night.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, you did.
Oh.
Every answer was corned beef.
This is the only St. Patrick's Day so far I haven't had corned beef on.
In my head, I just went, "Ooh, there's corned beef inside."
You know
As soon as you said that, I was like, "Oh
I
shit!"
forgot to take it out of the freezer. We have steaks tonight. I have to cook it tomorrow.
To answer Miss Dill, I'm trying to remember. I do have a YouTube channel, and I'm trying to remember the name of it. I haven't put anything on it in years. The old stuff is my camera work.
It's more of a memory than a channel.
Yeah, pretty much. I drop a link in every once in a while showing my infrared camera stuff, and people go, ooh, ah, but don't do a damn thing with it. It's got, as far as my channel, YouTube channel, you can pretty much Google my name or put a search in for the Grasshopper et al. Name. Et al. Anybody know what that means?
Also known, yeah,
It's Greek.
yeah, it's Greek to me,
Yeah,
Or
as
Latin,
Nick,
I can't remember.
as Nikki would say.
I confuse the
Yeah,
two.
actually, it may be Latin.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it might be Latin. It means and others.
yeah, and others. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, grasshopper and others. And I used to go into the chat with Steve Coles, and he kept calling me Al. I kept trying to straighten him out. Call me Graz. He never did. Al says, "Who the fuck is Al?"
who the fuck is Alice? No, that's funny.
well, boys, I think it's time. I'm going to be taking off.
All right, lady.
I can hear people stirring around. So
Good to see you.
Take the dogs out.
yeah, she's actually snoring over here, so she's good.
That doesn't mean as soon as you stand up, she's going to want to go out.
For sure.
I'm
For sure.
surprised mine's not next to me over here.
And the cat kept trying to jump up here, but she took down the back of my board. My
I was muted.
green screen is like hanging on by a thread back there.
Good night, Rich.
Of course, I make authentic tacos. What are you thinking?
It's funny, when I first met Nikki, she would that's how I met her, she would take the dog out and I'd go with her. We'd watch,
Yeah.
She would film it she'd go
Then
live
she'd film
walking
it.
the dog.
Are they
Well-
Tijuana tacos or El Paso tacos?
Because they used to let you do lives when you didn't have that many, subscribers.
Yeah.
And then they raised it up, and I couldn't do them anymore.
No, but that's
you could
basically how we met.
do lives on your hard computer, but
Not a
moving around-
mobile device.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. So that's why.
All right, on.
But anyway, good night, y'all. Have a good
Thank you,
evening.
Nikki.
See ya.
See
Thank you so much
ya.
for coming on. See you soon.
Yep, you will.
All right. Is that a threat? No.
Right.
Yeah, so what are 2:22? Yeah, I'm gonna shut this down, I guess.
Yeah.
Hey,
Graz, it was great meeting you, man. Absolutely awesome.
fun, man. Yeah,
It took a lot to
finally.
get me. It took a lot of convincing on my part to be able to talk myself into this. I think Brent's going to be a little bit ticked off that I didn't do it when he's around, because he tried to do an interview with me while I was out there, and I talked him out of it. I asked him to delete it. I was just talking away,
Yeah.
and I noticed he had the camera going. But that's only because I just, after my
He's young.
last
He'll bounce
stint with
back.
broadcasting and stuff, podcasting, I just didn't feel like going back into being on camera anymore. But hey, I'm no
glad you did,
longer a
man.
virgin.
Well, that's cool. Now I can put a face. I could have put a face on it now, man. Cool. Yeah.
Now I'm going to get all kinds of requests from other podcasts. You got to come on and
Absolutely,
tell me
you
your
are.
story
You
and
most
all this
certainly will.
stuff and whatever. But I'm going to make this an exclusive.
Right.
Look at that right here on the Mogs.
Yeah, make
Right
this
on.
an exclusive.
WTF?
And you're more than welcome to come back anytime, man. My door's always open.
Absolutely.
My pleasure. Alrighty then.
Thank you so much again.
All
I'll
right,
talk to
good
you
night, all.
in chat. Talk to
How do
you
you
soon.
get out of here?
I got ya.
Stop.com.
It should say leave studio. Or I can do this. Bye. Now he's stuck backstage.
Right?
If you can hear me, dude, you're backstage. Keep looking. It should say leave studio, and you can leave. Otherwise, I'll be done in. Oh no, he found it.
There you go.
All right, Joe.
This was fun, man.
Yeah, man.
I finally managed to stay up long enough, man.
And sober.
I'm
thrilled.
sober. No, not even
Quasi
close.
sober.
Not even close. Sober's not
Good night,
even
Pammy.
in my rearview mirror anymore.
All right, dude.
It's been a blast, bruh. Everybody,
you.
thank you.
Talk to
And
you soon, man.
don't sweat the petty stuff and don't pet the sweaty stuff.
Indeed.
All right, brother.
Didn't mean to cut him off. Yes, I did. No. Well, that was cool. Thank you, everybody, for coming on. Amy, I'm sorry you had some, internet problems. But again, thanks for coming on. If you guys enjoyed the show, please hit that like button below if you haven't already. If you're new to the channel, subscribe and share if you like. If you do subscribe, don't forget to hit that notification button so you do get notified whenever we're about to go live. And if you want to donate to the show, my PayPal will be in the description below, as well as on my channel in the banner in the lower right hand corner. It's up to you. All right, guys. Oh shit, it's Thursday. I won't see you guys for like 4 days. Damn. This is therapeutic for me. Right on, Mr. Lee. All right, guys. Thank you very much. Peace and God bless.